gonna say we're live. Sure. I mean, is my mic on? Yeah, it's on.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just not used to doing this whole mask thing. Or I had a different mask last time. It's like, I don't know. Sometimes I can hear myself and sometimes I can't. I'm getting old.
Are your ears starting to go?
Yes. I think they've been gone.
Maybe you need to turn down your headphones because they're probably damaging your ears.
No, they're not damaging my ears. No, it's like this. I'm using a different mask than I was last time. And it's like, I don't know. It's like creating an echo. So it's really weird.
What kind of... Is it not cotton? Like, what? I don't understand.
It is cotton, but last time I used just those regular, like, throwaway masks. This is the first time I've used, like, a thicker cloth mask. So it's kind of muffled, and then I've got headphones, and I've got, like, it's all enclosed. I don't know. It's weird. I think I'm going to start getting a face shield. I think I need a face shield to do this show.
Oh, like those clear ones? That's just like what the dentists wear when they're picking at your teeth?
Yes. I think that's what we need.
Let's get those, yeah. Then you can see your beautiful faces.
Facial shields. Facial shields, or whatever they're called.
Well, thanks for joining us, y'all.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. Yeah, these people here, they're just going to, like, jump in on a random show. Yeah. There's another app that I'm using. Just going to play music, and we're just going to... Yeah, here. Hey, hold on.
Well,
And
they lucked out. They got us, so...
Yeah,
Woohoo.
this is going to be very interesting. Yeah. What's up, guys? Law and Disorder.
Yes.
Coming at you. Live. We are, we're 2 days away from the presidential election?
It's on... Well, it's the 3rd, right? Today, the day we're filming this, is November 1st, so yes, we're 2 days away.
2 days away.
Oh, God, I can't wait for it to be over. I don't know about you, but I hate election season. Not that I hate voting. Elections are important and everyone needs to go vote. But I am so tired of all the political ads on TV. No, on TV, on my streaming services, on the internet, in the mail. Do you know how many pieces of mail I've gotten that just says, so-and-so wants to raise taxes. They're not right for Texas and blah, blah, blah.
The mail,
they go in the trash.
like... There's been a decrease of mail over the last couple of years because of obviously technology. But, yeah, during election season, you start getting all this crap.
Yeah.
It's like, and some days it's literally just crap.
Yeah.
It's literally just that. It's like bill, and then 14 things.
14 flyers of just political nonsense, and I throw them all in the recycle bin. I don't even take them in the house.
No.
And I'm just like, how much paper are you wasting doing this? Like, if you're going to spend money doing something like that, put your money towards a video ad, like on the internet, on TV. Put your money towards that. No. I don't know.
So, okay, we got the election coming up. We just had Halloween.
Yes.
Like, literally yesterday was Halloween. So my brother was somewhere yesterday. Oh, he was donating blood. And they started playing Christmas music, like in the middle of him donating blood. He's like, I'm getting blood drawn, and they're playing Feliz Navidad. He's like, is it too soon? No. I think this is the 1 year I'm going to let you have it. I'm going to let you do it. We've had so much crap going on. Like, this has been a bad year, just a really weird year. But everybody gets so nice to each other and so festive around the holidays. Let's just go ahead and let them do it. If you want to start putting up your tree today, go for it. If you want to put your lights up, go for it. I'm gonna let you have it. If you want to start playing, 48 days of Christmas or whatever, however many days until Christmas, go for it. Let's just Christmas music. I don't care.
I mean, I don't know about you, but for me, Christmas starts November 1st. I have no shame. I wait till after Halloween. I do. I give people that. But starting November 1st, it is Christmas in my mind.
No, I usually, we usually will start, we'll keep a fall decor, and then right before Thanksgiving, we'll start putting the Christmas stuff up, or right after Thanksgiving. Growing up, we used to do it Thanksgiving night. And then as I've gotten older and had my own little traditions, we've started doing it a little bit before Thanksgiving. Gives the house like a different feel. I think this year we're going to go with real trees. We've never had a real tree, but something tells us we should do a real tree.
I hate real trees.
I've never had one, so I'm just going to try one.
So do you have carpet in your house? Or
no,
hardwood floor?
We have hardwood.
Okay, good. Be ready so when you first get the tree, it'll be fine. So like you'll take it in your house and you'll decorate it and it's great. But you have to water it, and just be aware that after about the first week, few days to the first week, the needles don't like to stay on the tree.
Okay.
You know, you can barely touch one. Like pretend you're Sleeping Beauty and you're touching like the needle. Like you do that and you touch one and 100 will fall.
Oh, good.
So you'll be sweeping up pine needles every day. You don't even have to touch it. You could walk by, and if you're stomping on the ground, they'll fall off.
Oh, good.
Yeah. And I know Andrew, I know he knows not to probably mess with the tree, but if he happens to go up and look at the presents and his head hits it or he brushes against it, you're just going to hear tinkle, 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 all over the floor.
Oh, and then I hear that if you have a dog, that like it turns into a whole other.
Oh, or a cat, because the cat will actually climb the tree.
Oh.
Yeah, they like to climb up that and sit in the top. Yeah.
I think it was Chevy Chase in Christmas Vacation that had a squirrel in the tree.
Never seen that.
You never saw, dude? We should Christmas Vacation. Yeah, we gotta talk about that one. So yeah, I'm ready for y'all. I'm ready for that. Go for it. Knock yourselves out. Go ahead and do it.
It's been a crap year. We get this. This is what we get. We need this.
So let's go. We're gonna do we got some topics we're gonna talk about. I think we're just gonna alternate, go back and forth, discuss in the round table, the literal round table we got going today. So
Round and round we go.
ladies first.
Oh, okay.
What are we doing?
Well, I looked up this article last night because, you know, obviously with COVID, a lot of things are different nowadays, especially with school. And a lot of kids are having to, you know, take school from home. They're doing it online.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you have a kid, he's doing online classes.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You know,
He's definitely
so
at home.
because kids aren't going to school physically, they have to do this online. But what we found, I read this article, and I think it applied to Arizona specifically, but attendance was down 5 to 10% within their state, which is a lot. Basically what that means is these kids that are supposed to be learning at home on the computer, on a video call, just aren't showing up. They're not logging in. They're not joining the class. They're not submitting the assignments. It's not like, oh, they're skipping the video, but doing the assignments on their own and turning them in. They're not doing anything. It's like they disappeared.
They're just like,
it's like they're registered for school and they're not showing up and not doing anything. And so, which is really bad for the state because that's how the state loses funding. So not only is the education system in that state losing funding, they won't be able to pay their teachers still, even though these teachers are having to work 2 jobs doing in-person and online courses and not getting paid more already. And it's bad for the students because they're not learning what they're supposed to be learning. And when you're in elementary school, that's such a critical time to learn these subjects because you're still like a sponge. Like it's very easy for you to learn things and pick up on things when you're a child. And so if they're missing this concrete learning skills, like the foundation blocks they need to get into middle school and high school, they're going to be really behind. We're going to have a generation of kids that's not ready to graduate, not ready to go to college. Like it's going to be missing all these, you know, educational skill sets. And it's kind of terrifying.
One of the things that they told us recently, Andrew's in 1st grade.
Mm-hmm.
What's the name of the stupid test we do here now?
STARS?
The STAR test. Yeah,
something?
the STAR test. It's changed names over the last couple decades.
Mm-hmm.
It was like the TOS test and the TEAMS test, and now it's the STAR test or whatever. They told us that, well, they go, we're just going to kind of do, we do what we're supposed to do for them, but we really don't worry about testing until 3rd grade because that's when it's mandatory. So it's kind of like, cool, your kid's just irrelevant for the first 2 years. We'll worry about them in another 2 years. By then, COVID will be gone to be good. But your kid won't know crap. So we've been doing our job. We you know, he does at-home learning. He's been doing that the whole time. He's been doing that since I guess March of this year. Mm-hmm. And it's a process, and you have to be really committed to it. I mean, the cool thing is that you don't spend all day doing school stuff. Mm-hmm. You know, with Andrew, you know, he's very like meticulous, and he wants to know what's my schedule. What am I doing here? What am I doing here? What am I doing here? He knows that by like 2:00 he's done. He's done his school day, and if for some reason you have a bad morning, then cool, we're gonna extend this and we'll do it later on, or we'll do it in the evening. He understands that there's like give and take here. Like, hey, if you want to knock it all out, buddy, we'll knock it all out right now. Bam, 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 bam. have lunch, go play. But if you're having a bad day or if you decide that you want to do this, sleep in, whatever, we're going to let you do all that, but we're going to get this done, whether it's 7 o'clock at night, 8 o'clock at night, whatever. So he is learning an entirely different skill set, I guess, because he's understanding the art of compromise. So, you know, you really don't know that in school. In school, it's just like, this is the way it is. This is what you're going to do. So, you know, a little bit of everything.
And I can see how that will apply to his future, because obviously COVID won't last forever, but with how technology is moving and with how jobs are done nowadays, most jobs can be done remotely. I won't say most, but a good majority of jobs can be done remotely.
Not
so he's
car
learning.
sales.
He's
Not car sales.
no, not car sales.
They got to come here and buy a car.
But he's learning skills on how to literally do school from home and do work from home. So if he ever has a job one day that he has to do at home, he knows how to stick to his schedule. Like, he knows that, okay, if I sleep in an hour, then I'm working an extra hour tonight. Or it's, you know I have to get all this stuff done for my boss by 2 o'clock and submit it and blah, blah, blah. So those are very valuable skills. I mean, I didn't learn that as a kid. There was no such thing as working from home, back then.
There was no such thing as internet.
It was dial-up. It made the funny sound. And then when you connected, your phone wouldn't work, so you couldn't call anybody.
That's my internet dial-up sound. It's
And
not very good.
And Andrew's very lucky that he does have a proactive set of parents to hold him accountable, and you guys set standards for him that you want him to make, because you want him to be successful. And you as parents still have to set that parameter so that they understand, okay, to be successful, I have to do this, or I have to stick to this schedule, I have to do this work. I think the main reason these kids aren't going to school is because the parents aren't enforcing them to.
Well, it's a lot of work, man. Trust me. It's a lot of work. It takes a lot of time and effort, and you have to hold your kids accountable. I wish it was easier. I mean, teachers do crazy stuff. Like, parents that don't know this, they're figuring it out this year. Like, hey, your teachers are worth every penny and then some. They're raising our kids, and now we got to raise our own kids. That's a whole different argument there. But yeah, I can see the attendance thing being an issue. It's just really weird. I don't know. Some parents just don't care. It's sad.
And I know that's not every parent. I'm sure a lot of parents, maybe they both have to go to work, and they're like, okay, Timmy, we're going to work, so make sure you do your schoolwork today, log on and do what the teacher says, and then they leave expecting Timmy to do that, and then he doesn't.
And then they get the report card 6 weeks later. Timmy, what the hell have you been doing all day? It's like, well, I'm at level 42 on Fortnite. I don't know if that's a real thing. I'm kind of an old man there. I don't know what do they still have levels in video games?
I don't know. Yeah, I guess.
I don't know. Okay. Speaking of getting older, Kim Kardashian had a birthday recently. She's 40 now? Is that what we're saying?
Yep. She 40.
She is 40 years old.
She don't look 40.
No, she doesn't look 40. Shorty got some stuff going on. So, Kanye West is still her husband. You just figured out that Kanye is still married to her.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Kanye's he's a weird. I guess he's a weird guy. Right?
You could say that.
We'll call him. He's weird.
He's a little quirky.
So, okay. So she turned 40, and he gave her the gift that no other human could give her, I guess is what we're going to say. So, for any of you that don't know how the Kardashians got famous, besides the sex tape, Robert Kardashian, her dad, he helped defend O.J. Simpson. He was actually one of O.J. Simpson's good personal friends.
Yeah.
Robert Kardashian died many years ago after the O.J. trial. So, Kanye, being as considerate of a man as he is, said, hey, I think I'm going to get a hologram of your deceased father to leave a message for you. I'm showing a picture of this thing. And it's her. So you're seeing a picture of Robert Kardashian, hologram Robert Kardashian.
Oh, God.
To tell you, he tells her happy birthday, right? Like
he has this whole spiel. It's not like it's just a hologram of him saying happy birthday, Kim. It's a hologram of him standing there talking to her as if he were a real person, even though he's passed away, and if he was in heaven, he's like, oh, I'm looking down on you guys. I'm taking care of y'all. I'm always with you. Even though you're 40, you're still my little girl. And it's creepy.
I'm looking at this hologram.
It's creepy. If you guys want to watch, you guys can watch the whole video. Kim Kardashian posted it on her Twitter account, so you can just go to her Twitter and watch the video. It's like 2.5 minutes long, but it almost has 2 million views already. It came out 2 days ago.
Of deceased Robert Kardashian
talking to his 40-year-old daughter.
And it's like, I don't know.
Is this what he looked like before he died? I honestly have never seen a picture of him. I didn't really know who Robert Kardashian was.
Yeah, that's what he looked like.
So wouldn't he look older if it's been 20 years, 30 years?
Yeah, he was an older guy, yeah. I
feel like he should look a lot older. Like maybe some of his hair should be gone or thinning or gray.
I mean, when you die, you don't continue to age. You're dead.
That's true.
So he's not going to be older.
If Kanye West really wanted to sell this, I think that's what he needed to do.
He's never died. This is the ghost of your dead father.
Here's what your dad would have looked like if he was still alive.
Yeah. If he continues to age after death, this is what he looks like.
Oh my gosh.
I'm very confused by that.
And Kim Kardashian posted how she was so grateful for this and it meant so much to her and her family and it's a gift she'll never forget. And I'm like, if anyone ever did this to me, I'd probably run out of the room screaming because that is creepy. They're supposed to be dead. I don't want to see this. Don't try to play God over here, okay? Like, I understand what his intentions were good, but to me, there's like a limit. But
he had the voice and everything. Like, I guess they got like clips of of his audio.
I guess they had audio clips of him that have been recorded in the past, and I guess technology is just so amazing now that they can take those audio clips and create new words out of the same voice. And then they made this hologram to talk with the clips that they created, and it's very lifelike. Like, I'm not going to say it looks bad. It looks really good. It's creepy how lifelike it is. But that's why it creeps me out so much, because if my father died, rest his soul, I'll miss him, but if 20 years down the road my husband did this for me, I'd be like, get that out of here.
Your future husband is sitting over here.
I know.
So I'm probably gonna go before you.
Probably.
I'll live a hard life, but I'm gonna put that in my will and testament. I'm gonna leave funds just in Harrison's name
to create a hologram of you,
only to use to make a hologram of me.
Okay, but if we're going to do that, then it needs to be a smart hologram that I can continue to do this podcast with, and it needs to be able to react to my comments.
This hologram, his job is going to be, like, the hologram, it's very specific. Like, he's going to wake you up on the morning of your 40th birthday.
Oh, okay. He's going to knock on my door, walk in here.
No, he's going to, like, show up in the bedroom.
Oh, my God. I'll be changing, and he just shows up.
Like, nothing crazy like that. Like, it'll be that thing where you wake up because you've sensed something staring at you, and it's going to be my hologram just doing this. Like,
I'm going to scream, and then I'll try to punch you, and then my fist will just go through your face.
You'll think it's a really bad dream. But my hologram will be trained to do, like...
To dodge?
Yeah, we'll have a guy that's controlling me. He'll, like, bob and weave. Yeah, I'm going to pay to have my hologram just be with you for the entire day.
Oh, God. See, I thought I was rid of you, and now you're back.
Yep.
No.
I'm going to do that. I don't even know how I would do that. Like, I would go talk to somebody, and first I'm going to go find my attorney and say, okay, this is what I want in my last will and testament. He's going to be like, what? Hold on, how do we do this? It's like, it's got to be very specific.
Well, I know that there was some type of Holocaust museum that recorded stories of Holocaust survivors. And what they did is they literally sat in a chair in front of a green screen. And for like 4 or 5 hours, they sat there and someone would ask them random questions. Of course, about like how they survived and how they felt about it. But they had a list of like 100 specific questions or something that day that they had to answer that could possibly be asked by people at the museum. Because the whole point is that you go to the museum, this hologram of the survivor appears in front of you, and you're supposed to ask it anything you want. Like, how did you feel when you saw your brother die? I don't know, something like that. And because they answered so many questions during the green screen recording, the hologram is going to know how to answer. Like, you're going to have the answer pre-recorded.
These people survived the Holocaust. Let's go back to this. This is Robert Kardashian. He's not a Holocaust survivor. He's a dude that defended O.J. Simpson, and his daughter is famous for a sex tape, and the rest of the family are famous for I don't know what. I still don't know that. We should have I think we could have a whole series on why the Kardashians got famous.
You know, I've never watched Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
I'm talking about in general. How did one of them get famous, and then the other one, and then the other one? Because there's other famous people in the world that their siblings are not famous. Mm-hmm. So how the hell did they all get famous? I'm still trying to figure that out.
They signed a contract for a reality show.
Like, how did all of you get famous? And then your second husband is no longer your husband. That's a whole...
Yeah. I don't know.
Caitlyn Jenner's a whole other thing.
I don't know.
See, there's just too many things. So.
I've never watched the show. I know the show's ending. I don't know how they're famous. It's just creepy. I don't know. This really creeped me out watching this. I mean, it's cool what technology can do, but I'd be like, can you bring back like someone, like a celebrity, somebody cool? Maybe like doing for Gandhi or like doing for like, I don't know, Martin Luther King. That'd be cool. Well,
Gandhi didn't think about having to answer 100 questions for a hologram.
I guess not.
Let's move on. Your turn. And if we have any feedback from anybody, I'd love to hear that, by the way. We're able to chat with people apparently now.
Yes.
So if we have any,
I will respond to your questions. Chat us up. So another news article I read about, and this one kind of hit close to home. So we record out of Dallas. We're from Dallas, Texas. And apparently, not last night, but the night before, so the night before Halloween, there was a kid. He was in downtown Dallas. Apparently, he's only like 19. He was an SMU student. He got shot and killed in the middle of downtown Dallas.
I didn't. What?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
What happened?
So apparently, he was downtown, and he went up to like this white Mercedes car or something like that. It might not have been a Mercedes, but he was up talking to a guy in a white car, and then the guy in the car just shot him and drove off. And the kid ended up dying. Now, granted, this was at like 3 a.m. in downtown Dallas.
You should have started that first.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this wasn't at like 1 p.m.
Okay.
So, but it just, it flabbergasted me. Like, what could have happened? You're 19. You haven't had time in your life to do some like bad stuff yet. Mm-hmm. You know? So that makes me think that this was maybe some type of like drug deal or something like that. Maybe he was going up to this car to either buy or sell drugs. Something got heated. Maybe he didn't have the money. They haven't talked about it in the news article yet. But this kid was just shot and killed, and it made me kind of sad because he was 19. He had just started college. He had his whole life ahead of him, and now it's over for what?
So first of all, if you come and you knock on my car window at 3 a.m, yes, I'm probably going. I may not shoot you, but I'm probably going to lower the window about that low so you can see a barrel or something. Should you have shot him? No. But if you do feel threatened, you are within your right to shoot him. Mm-hmm. But at that point, you call the cops and be like, well, hey, this dude like came up to my car. I thought he was trying to rob me. I shot him. I mean, you're within your rights to do that. So I'm not quite sure why somebody would just drive off. I think that's the crime right there, isn't it?
I mean, I don't think it's obviously not it's like a hit and run. You know, it's just as bad as that. That's a federal crime. So
that's
yeah,
but if somebody had shot him
and he had stayed there and called an ambulance.
It's like, hey, this guy came up to my window. I know who he was. I shot him. I got a gun. I'm licensed to carry. I mean, if you're not licensed to carry, it's a whole other story. But
well, technically, you don't have to be licensed to carry in your car because if the car's in his name, the car's your property, and you're allowed to have your gun on your property.
Okay, but if you're not allowed to have a gun?
Like that's totally that's different.
If you're a felon, you
if
can't
it's
have
not
a gun.
Registered and
I don't know, but I don't know which one's worse, buddy. Taking the felony for having a gun, being a felon, or shooting somebody in the face and killing them. Like, pick your poison there.
Yeah, but I mean, they have a picture of the car on camera, so they know what kind of car it is. I don't know if they have the license plate or not. But that was just scary, and I don't recommend anyone be out at night at 3 a.m. because, nothing good happens after 2 a.m.
No.
Ever. So just...
No. Much agreed upon.
Just be careful out there no matter where you live, no matter where you're watching us from. Don't go out at 3 a.m. It's not safe. Even if you're a big group of people, you know what's going to happen. Just go to bed. Be normal.
Go to bed.
Be normal. Go to bed. Don't be buying drugs from creepy guys in random cars at 3 a.m.
We don't know that he was buying drugs.
We don't. But I mean, what else do you think it could have been?
I don't know. I'm just trying to help. I'm just trying to help a dude out.
I know, devil's advocate. I get it.
I get it. So today and tomorrow technically is Day of the Dead or Days of the Dead.
I thought that was on actual Halloween. Am I wrong?
No, it's actually November 1st and 2nd, I believe, in some cultures. I've completely lost my ability to pull this article up. So this is just, oh, cool.
I can get it pulled up.
Yeah,
I have it pulled up here.
I try and produce this thing, and I try and do like 14 other things. So,
it says, Dia de los Muertos. And I know I pronounced that wrong. I apologize.
Oh, yeah.
The Mexican holiday, also known as Day of the Dead, extends over the first 2 days of November and has nothing to do with Halloween.
No.
It's an ode to the afterlife and a reminder that death is nothing to be afraid of.
Yeah, it's to, and it's also like to like remember your loved ones, to, you make like their favorite dishes and you put it out for them. And
yeah, and don't you like set up their picture and you make kind of like, I don't want to call it, is it like a little shrine in their honor?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's all just a big celebration of the people that are no longer here. So, if you got nothing better to do today or tomorrow, why don't you do that? Why don't you celebrate the people that are no longer here? Because it's a good thing. I mean, yeah, you shouldn't be scared of them. They're not here anymore. Well, they are here. They're always here, like, here in your heart.
They're here in your spirit.
So, I don't want to call it Happy Day of the Dead because it just seems really weird, but it is.
The day after Halloween is called a lot of different things.
In different cultures, yeah.
Yeah. So it's also known as All Hallows Day. It's also known as All Saints Day. The Feast of All Saints. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah. And it's always the day after Halloween, which is November 1st.
Yeah. So it's not just the start of Christmas season.
Yeah, and All Saints Day is where you visit tombstones to honor the memory of deceased relatives. So it's very similar.
Yeah.
You're honoring your dead loved ones.
But first we have to honor the dead, and then we can put up our Christmas lights.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's honor the dead.
Talking about you.
I have not put up decorations. I'm just saying it starts in my head for me. That doesn't mean I have all my decorations up.
They're in the trunk of the car.
They're in the attic still.
Okay. All right. At least they're still in the attic.
But when I have my own house coming up here in the near future, get ready. It'll be there.
It's like outside it will look like Happy Fall, y'all. But then you walk inside and it looks like Christmas.
Yep, and it's going to smell like cookies and snickerdoodles and, garland everywhere. It's going to be great.
Harrison's over there like, holy crap.
I don't have my own house right now, so I don't really get to put up decorations. So I just celebrate it in my head.
You're going to experience a lot of stuff when you finally get your house. Both of you guys are. Because you're going to have your parents that show up, and they're going to look at it and be like, well, I mean, I wouldn't have done that.
Oh, I know.
We do. We've always done it this way. Then you're kind of like, that's cool, but this is how we're going to do it. It's going to turn into a thing.
Yeah.
At
least for like the first couple of years, and then they'll get over it.
Yeah. I like the way you trim those hedges, but I would have trimmed them this way.
Do you want to come trim them next time for me, Dad?
Yeah. It's like, oh, yeah.
By all means, come on over.
It's like, oh, we organize our spice rack by color. It's like, yeah, but we organize it by necessity, about how often you use something.
Alphabetical.
You'll notice all these little quirks. Get ready. So, moving on.
Oh, is it my turn?
It's your turn.
Okay. So, my last article that I looked up was another thing that hits really close to home for me. So, I live in a suburb right outside of Dallas, and I read an article about a man who lives in Rowlett, Texas. You know where that is.
Mm-hmm.
And so this man is already a prime suspect in the murder of his baby mama.
Okay.
Yes, he hasn't been charged, but he's like prime suspect number one because his wife was found, or not his wife, his baby mama, they weren't married, was found murdered. And he was actually just arrested again for illegally owning a firearm. So I'm like, oh man, this guy lives like maybe 10 minutes down the road from me.
Oh shoot!
'Cause-
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, Rowlett's right next to where I live. I live in Saxy, Texas. Go Saxy. And Rowlett's maybe 10 minutes away, depending on which way I take. And I don't know if he's in jail right now or prison, but he is a murder suspect who probably did it. I mean, let's be real. Especially when the family says she feared for her life right before she died. Like, come
Oh,
on.
Okay.
So I'm like, huh, that's interesting.
So he hasn't been listed as a suspect yet. Or
He's a prime suspect, but he hasn't been like federally charged or
Formally
arrested for her murder.
Okay,
'cause, yeah.
so let's say you're at the Kroger, you're at the grocery store, and you see him, and he hasn't been charged, but like like he might be a suspect, candidate, whatever the hell the word
Mm-hmm.
would. That seem weird,
Yeah.
you know?
Mm-hmm.
Or like if you're walking in and he's like holding the door for you, he's like, "Here, let me let you in." Like,
I'd give him a fake name if he asked me what my name was.
you know what I'm saying?
Or I'd be like, no, hablo inglés.
Or what if he was like your barista at Starbucks?
I'd be like, I'm not thirsty anymore. I'm
That
good.
just seems really weird, huh? You're like, oh, it's like, oh, like.
Do you think he's still employed? I mean, if your employee was a prime suspect in a murder case, would you still keep them employed?
Can you get unemployment if you get fired for that? I mean, because you're not
You're not furloughed. You're not.
you're not furloughed. You're getting terminated. Like, I don't know. Is that in the handbook? Like that you can get terminated if you're a prime suspect in the murder of your spouse? Where is that in my HR book? I'm gonna call corporate on that. Like, look, you guys let me go, but it's like, well, what happened was they think I killed my wife.
They think I killed my wife, but I mean, I haven't been charged. I mean, technically, I didn't do anything wrong.
So like, you guys are firing me for nothing. I really think I should get my unemployment. And then you gotta call unemployment and explain that to them.
Sir, why were you fired? They think I killed my wife.
Yeah, I mean,
Is she dead? Yeah, she's dead.
she's dead. Oh yeah, but I mean, but I haven't been formally charged yet. It's like, you know. And then it's like a whole like thing because I think you can sue people because they violated your civil rights.
Mm-hmm.
And then okay, after all that, let's say you didn't kill her. Let's say you didn't kill her. You lost your job. You couldn't get unemployment. Like all your peoples have like washed their hands of you, and you didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like then what?
Not to mention that follows you forever, that, you know, you went to court and you
Yeah.
spent so many days in prison waiting on your court hearing, and then there's still that stigma that follows you. Like, yeah, you were proven innocent, but it's the stigma of the thing.
So, sir, you have a 3-month job gap here back in 2020. Can you explain that for me? Well, what happened was my deceased wife was murdered. They thought I did it. I had to go to court, trial. You know how that goes. Anyways, I didn't kill her. I was innocent. Oh, okay. Like, I don't know if we should.
Yeah, it's so hard just moving forward to try to get a job after.
It's that guy.
Oh, that's the guy. I think he totally did it. That's what Oprah said.
Yes. Then it turns into the whole thing. He totally did it. They're not gonna hire you because he totally did it. Oh man, there's just too many things. Okay, so we've had a really tough year, right?
Yes.
We're in the home stretch now. 2020 is almost over.
Thank the Lord.
Praise the Lord. We got like 60 days, 62
So,
days,
yeah,
something like that.
2 months.
Almost over. Almost over. We got all the good holidays coming up. You know, we've had all the BS ones. We've had, you know, Easter. I mean, not because of what Easter is. Easter, you know, Jesus rising from the grave is great, but you know, like Easter and 4th of July and all that. Now you get the good stuff. Thanksgiving,
It's the most wonderful time of the year for a
Christmas,
reason.
Hanukkah, New
Kwanzaa.
Year's, Kwanzaa. Yeah, you get all that good stuff. So we're here. We've got to this point. We're here. Netflix. Now, first of all, Netflix did raise the rates.
Yes.
They've raised everybody's rates, I think, $1
Yeah.
without telling it. Like, it just kind of happened. But they gave this little gem here. The Chappelle Show. The Chappelle Show has come to Netflix. The entire Chappelle Show catalog. Do you know anything about the Chappelle Show?
I've never seen the Chappelle Show. Who
Dave
is that?
Chappelle. That's Dave Chappelle, comedian Dave Chappelle.
Okay.
He had a show on Comedy Central many years ago, and it was like a skit variety show.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of the stuff that they poked fun at way back then in like 02, 03 is very relevant still. You can watch it right now, and a lot of the crap that they're making fun of was going like they were talking about it back then. So it has aged very well. So I'm very excited for that. I'm very excited that people your age who haven't seen the greatness of the Chappelle Show are
No,
going to get to see it.
no. People my age have seen Dave Chappelle. I personally am the only one who has not seen
No,
Dave
no,
Chappelle.
no. But some people have only seen Dave Chappelle stand up because that's all they know him for.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't seen the Chappelle Show. The Chappelle Show was ahead of its time. It's a great show. I'm very excited that it's there.
So this is worth the $1 extra people
Yes.
are paying a month, really?
Yes. There are 2 full seasons, and then there's the lost episodes because he got his big $50 million contract after season 2 because season 2 was phenomenal. He got the big contract. They started filming some stuff, and then that's when Dave Chappelle went off the deep end and kind of like freaked out. The fame got to him and he couldn't handle it. So then like there was footage of stuff that was already done. They released these lost episodes, which he didn't want to do, but Netflix had already signed on it. So even the lost episode stuff is pretty funny. Like there's one episode about what he did after he got his $50 million. Like the very first things he did with his life after he got that life-changing money. It's pretty funny. You need to watch it. You should watch it.
I know I need to, seeing as I've never even seen any Dave Chappelle
they make
before.
the Rick James skit, the
Who's that?
Prince, the singer Rick James.
I don't
I'm
know
Rick
who that
James, bitch. Oh my God, you know
Who's that?
the singer. See, you don't even know about I'm Rick James, bitch. It's like a whole thing. They make fun of The Real World, the show The Real World on MTV. Do you remember the show The Real World?
I don't know what that is.
See, you need to watch it.
I have to watch all this stuff, guys, before I
Yes,
watch Dave Chappelle.
They make fun of R.
apparently.
Kelly. They make fun of R. Kelly.
Okay, I know who R. Kelly is.
I mean, like, there's all this stuff that they make fun of that is still relevant today.
Okay.
They make fun of, like, minorities being persecuted. Hello, we're still getting persecuted. So, see, they do all kinds. There's a lot of good references there. So,
I'm open to it. I mean, it's not like I have all these plans to, like, go out and do events and I'll meet with people, because I don't. So what do you guys think I do all day in my free time? I watch Netflix.
well, I think you should watch it.
Okay.
So, I think that's going to wrap us up. We do have an election.
You know,
2 days.
2 more days and then it'll be over. I don't know who's going to win, and I'm not going to sit here and try to predict who's going to win. That's not my place, and I have no idea. But do you think there's going to be a lot of backlash right after we find out the election results? Do you think there's going to be do you think there's going to be like riots and more protesters? Because I think there will be, depending on who wins.
I hope not. I really hope not. I mean, a lot of people that are much smarter than me have posted things on Facebook that's like, yeah, this is who I voted for, this is who I want to win, but the day after the election, I'm going to get up and I'm going to go to work.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to worry about, I got 4 more years of Trump, or, Biden got it, or, yay. It's just like, I'm going to go to work.
Mm-hmm. That's all you can do.
I'm going to go take my shower, go to work, eat my breakfast, all that good stuff, and that's it. I mean, and that's what we're going to do. And we just move forward. And see, what I've learned during this pandemic time is that your president can mandate things, or your president can think these are good ideas, good suggestions, not mandates, we'll say suggestions. But the state and local, leaders can still say, no, we think this idea is better.
Mm-hmm.
Like the mask thing. The mask thing is not a federal mandate.
No.
If Dallas County says, well, this is what you have to do to go into an establishment in Dallas County, then people are going to abide by that.
Mm.
And if the governor says, well, in the state of Texas, you got to wear a mask, that's a state mandate. Okay. If the federal government never says, hey, you have to wear a mask everywhere you go, that's fine. In the state of Texas, I have to wear a mask, and in Dallas County, I have to wear a mask. Okay. They've superseded it at the moment because there's no federal mandate.
Yeah.
I think there should be, but that's a whole other argument.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just saying that I think you've seen over the last couple of months that the powers that be will take matters into their own hands to try and do what they can for their people.
Mm-hmm. I just wish more people knew what a mandate was. It's like, it's not a law. It's not a law. Exactly. It's in place so it doesn't become a law.
Yeah.
You still have to follow it.
I mean, if it became a law, I really wouldn't care. Just wear
No.
the damn thing. Wear your stupid mask.
Anyway,
By the way, I just realized that's kind of an Aggie joke. Look at the camera.
that one?
Yeah, your Texas A&M mask is upside down.
Oh, I was about to say it's upside down.
That's an Aggie thing, huh?
Sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
It just kind of.
It's okay. His is upside down too. Sorry, Aggies. I did not mean to.
For
show
everybody that
disrespect.
makes Aggie jokes, you're like, oh, this thing's upside down.
It's a dark mask. I threw it on. I'm sorry. I didn't
It's
plan
pretty
ahead.
So
I'll do better.
that's gonna wrap us up. Let's thank the sponsors because we failed to do that.
Oh yeah, we did, huh?
Wave Space Audio for the music.
Mm-hmm.
East Texas Championship Wrestling. Young Ideas Dish for the audio video being provided today. We lost everybody. I mean, like, the local game store. I lost my train of thought. I didn't mean we lost the sponsors. I meant we lost the local game store.
Can you lend a hand?
CanYouLendAHand.org, yeah. Ace Remodeling. I think I said that. East Texas Soundworks.
Yes.
Sorry.
You got it.
Yeah. Okay. On behalf of them and myself, I'm Sergio.
I'm Kate.
We'll talk to you next time.
Bye.
Latest.